Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be my first challenge video and the first in a series of weight loss videos. Now, over the years I've wanted to change my weight for various reasons. Sometimes to gain weight and sometimes lose weight based on whatever athletic or fitness goal I was pursuing at the time. Let me explain using the chonk scale. Now the chonk scale, of course, is a measure of fatness for cats. It starts all the way down at the bottom at a fine boy, onto he chonk, heckin' chonker, hefty chonk, mega chonker, and finally the ultimate form, oh lordy comin'. For reference, by the way, I'm 6 foot tall with a medium frame, and so for me, when I have cardio type goals, maybe distance running, then I want to weigh about 170 pounds, which is pretty light for me. So here's me at about 170, flat stomach, thinner face, mirror selfie, you can see some ribs coming out, not too much fat down here in the stomach. So I'd put myself around here, somewhere between he chonk and fine boy. Now if at the time I'm pursuing more weightlifting type goals, where strength to me is more important than endurance, then I'm gonna gain some weight and I'm gonna be somewhere north of 195, 200, even over 200 pounds. And so in that case, I'm looking more like this. Got a little bit of gut here, got some fat face, and I'm definitely in the hefty chonk or maybe even straying into mega chonker territory. For a mix of both cardio and strength, I want to be somewhere in the middle, maybe 185 pounds or so, and that, for example, is good for my jiu-jitsu. And you'll notice that that's about a 30-pound spread of weight, depending on what goal I'm going after at the time. And because of these fluctuations that I go through, depending on what fitness goals I'm going after, I've become very good at manipulating my weight. So much so that I can honestly say that I am always exactly the weight that I want to be. Now, that doesn't mean that I always have the fitness that I want or that I always look as good as I want, but my weight is always where I want it to be. Now, over this last Christmas, I noticed I was getting a little bit too doughy around the middle, and my pants were starting to not fit anymore. So that's always a good signal that it's time for a diet. And I was thinking of video ideas, and I thought, why not make a challenge video? So the challenge that I'm laying down for myself is simple: lose 10 pounds in 5 weeks. But with a caveat that I have to be able to maintain the same muscle mass, or approximately the same, and maintain athletic performance. Now, this caveat should be implicit in any weight loss goal anyway. Otherwise, you could just go on a water diet, a starvation diet, and yeah, you would lose weight, but a lot of it would be muscle. You'd be deteriorating physically, emotionally, mentally. So that's not where you want to be. So I'll repeat myself. The goal of any weight loss program should not be just to lose weight, not just to see the numbers go down on the scale. You need to be targeting specifically body fat to lose. And you need to be doing it in a sustainable way, which leaves you functioning in normal life. But for someone not severely overweight, losing 2 pounds of pure body fat per week without losing muscle mass is actually a pretty lofty goal. So I'm putting my reputation on the line here, and I'll be filming along the way, i.e. I'm not just gonna film everything after I've already completed and I know all the results. If I know what I'm talking about, I'll reach my goal. So wish me luck, and here we go. All right, so let's get started here. This is the first weigh-in. This is in the morning, 193.2 pounds. This is before any food. This is right after a shower. So at the end of the day, with clothes on and with a day's worth of food, definitely over 200 pounds. But the point is that you have to have a consistent set of measurements. So every time I weigh in, it will be under these conditions. Okay, and first set of progress pics on that same day. Again in the morning, what do we see here? Okay, first of all, this is not the face of a happy man. Chubby Paul is not happy Paul. We see in the stomach area, right here, this is a problem area. We have some excess fat here. We have some spare tirage over here on the sides, wraps around to the back. That's gross. I'm not fooling anybody by flexing here. Again, that doesn't change the chubbiness in this area. From the side, what do we got? General lack of muscle tone, okay, in this area. A bulging stomach here. This would be the reason that My pants don't fit anymore. So overall, if I had to rate this situation here, I give this chunky body a solid D+, maybe C- rating. Very subpar, fairly embarrassing, and you know, I'm not really mad at myself, just disappointed.
Boom, roasted.
Now, provided that this challenge goes the way that I expect it to and it's successful, I'm gonna go ahead and make other videos about the methods that I use, the tips and tricks that I use that will hopefully help you guys out. But that's not what this video is about. This video is just about the progress and about the challenge itself. All right, well, it's been 2 weeks since the first weigh-in and pictures, so let's see how the progress is going. Okay, so the weigh-in first. So, same conditions as last time, in the morning, after shower, no food, 188.8. If you remember from just a minute ago, although for me it was 2 weeks ago, if you remember, my initial weight was 193.2. So this is a loss of about 4.4 pounds. I need to average 2 pounds a week. Let's take a look at some progress pictures. What do we see? Okay, first thing we see, you may be wondering why I look like a crab fisherman off the coast of Alaska, but strangely shirtless. It's because it is very cold in my garage. It's the middle of winter here, and I want to keep the dome warm, even if I have to be taking sexy pictures. So from the front, honestly, you know, not too much difference, only 4.4 pounds. Here, this one, maybe you can see a little bit more lines around the stomach. So there could be some muscle hiding under here. Not sure if we'll be able to ever know for sure. And then from the side here, I think there's a little bit less of a stomach bulge here. So I would say overall it looks like minor progress, which is what you would expect from only 4.4 pounds off someone weighing 190. So it's not going to be a huge change, but I think it's a start, and we're going to keep going. To recap, the week 2 weigh-in went well. I was expected to be down 4 pounds, and instead I was down 4.4 pounds. So that's a good start. It should be noted that at the beginning of any diet, you're going to lose some water weight. So that's going to skew the numbers a little bit lower than they should be. So all in all, things are on track, going good, but we can't let up now. And now it's time for the week 4 weigh-in. So I should be down 8 pounds. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so good news. As we can see here, my weight is 184.8. My predicted weight, my expected weight is 185.2. And so by pure coincidence, I'm also down minus 4 pounds from where I expected to be. I'm 0.4 pounds better than where I'm projected to be, just like last time. So this is good news, of course. I have 1 week left to go. I need to lose 1.6 pounds more in order to meet my goal of 10 total pounds lost. So I'm going to be sure to pull out all the stops in order to meet my goal. Now let's see the progress pics from this week. We'll go ahead and start with a familiar front-facing pose. You will notice right away that I've lost the stupid hat that I had last time, and that's because it's not negative 60 degrees outside like it was before. And instead I'm just sort of gazing wistfully into the distance at what? We don't know. Now as far as my body, I think we can definitely see a reduction in belly fat here and a reduction around the side here, around the obliques where the spare tire is. So that's good. It seems like the belly fat is indeed melting away as I lose weight. That's good. Okay, sexy pose again. Not sure if everybody's ready for that. But we're again starting to see more ribs and lines here around my stomach. Slightly more definition in the arms maybe. I'm not flexing hard here, if you believe that. Just kind of holding my arms in that position. And you know, ultimately this is not altogether shameful like it was before. So I think we're making progress in this picture too. Now from the side, I think you'll definitely be able to see a difference. This is the one that I saw the most difference in, and right here in the stomach, If you remember from the first video, there was a definite, pronounced bulge here, and now it's looking much flatter. I'll go ahead and show a better before and after picture at the end here, at the end of week 5, to make the point, but I can already tell a big difference. And part of this could be a little bit of posture as well. I really am doing my best not to take trick pictures here and be flexing and standing up straight in one picture and be slouching and pushing my stomach out in another. I'm trying not to do that. So ultimately, I think that I'm looking pretty good in this one as well. Well, there we have it. 4 weeks down, 1 to go. We're in the home stretch now. Am I gonna make it? 1 more week to lose 1.6 pounds. Wish me luck. Okay, so here we are at the final weigh-in on the final day. I need to be at or below 183.2 pounds to have met my goal. Let's see if I made it. Okay, and here we go. Drum roll, suspense, suspense. How did I do? Boom, 180.6 today. Well, the results are in, and once again, I've shattered reality with the overwhelming power of my success. 180.6, so I only need to get down to 183.2. This is 2.6 pounds under my goal weight. I will say that one thing that helped me to drop a few extra pounds in these last couple days here, from my last weigh-in especially, is that I noticed that my sodium intake was pretty high based on the foods that I was eating. So I reduced that quite substantially, and that helped me shed a few extra pounds of water weight in addition to whatever I burned in fat on these last few days. And I just want to show this right here real quick. This is a graph that I made to track my weight loss and to help me make sure that I was always on track. And so you can see here my measured weight versus my predicted weight and the difference. So I was only over once in one weigh-in, and I used this information to help me adjust my calories on my exercise. What you see in the graph here is this blue dotted line is the predicted weight loss that I needed to meet if I was to have a steady linear weight loss. And this orange line here is the measured weight. You can see it's very jagged. It plateaus here. It even goes up right here. Here's a steep decline, here's a steep. So it's a very messy look here. It's a very messy process, and I can explain that more later in other videos, but I just want to show the progress here. Now on to the final progress pictures here, the week 5 progress pictures. Here from the front, here front flexing, here from the side. Instead of showing these just individually, let me now show a comparison between the first and the last week. Okay, so here's the before and after. The left will always be the before, the right will be the after. And so in this first picture from the front, so I think there's a pretty big difference here. In the left, I look considerably softer and doughier all around.
You know, you remind me of the doughboy. If I poke your stomach, we'll make you go, oh!
A lot thinner over here. The sides and the obliques look a lot flatter. I think my face probably looks a little bit thinner in the right as compared to the left. Let's go to the side here. This is one where I think you can see some of the biggest difference. Kind of a pronounced curve here on the before picture, a lot flatter here on the side. And I think, not much difference in my overall size. So this is telling me that I lost most of the weight here from my stomach area, which is exactly what I wanted. And then here's the front flex picture, where again, I think you can see, maybe slightly more or the same definition kind of in my arm and upper body area. But here you can probably see a big difference in the stomach area, a lot more definition, a lot flatter. And of course, happy face here on the right versus depressed here on the left. Now listen, I'm well aware that I'm not winning any bodybuilding competitions with either of these pictures, the right one or the left one, but that's not the point here. The point was to prove the concept, and I think I did that. And so maybe you would believe me if I told you that if I wanted to get leaner, in something like one of the skinnier pictures that you saw at the beginning, that I could do that I could just continue on with this diet and drop another 10 pounds would probably get me there where I would start looking more defined, have more defined abs, more defined musculature, but that's not where I want my fitness goals to be at the moment, so this is good enough for me. Now, like I said at the very beginning of this video, this particular video is going to be just about the challenge itself and not about the methods. And so whether your goal is to lose 5, 10, 20, 50 pounds, whatever it is, you can just extend what I did here for as long as you need to. So it'll be in those videos that I break down exactly my method that I use to lose this weight and how you can do the same. Well, that's going to do it for this video. They said it couldn't be done, but we did it. I hope that you're interested enough to tune into the following videos that I make that describe the process and the methods, and will explain very well how you too can have more control over your weight if you want. If I can do it, then you can do it. We can do it together. So as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.